Welcome to the Chronicles with OTB. My name is Benjamin Chikalibia, and with me is
Mbangwarina.
And our guest today will be the SUG President of FUTO. I'm going to have an interview session with him today on some important topics relating to the student and the school in general.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Today. So, as my colleague said, this is just going to be a casual interview on school in general and the students' life. Okay.
So firstly, sir, we want to ask you, how have the experience been so far as the SUG President? Considering the little time you spent as the SUG President, how has the experience been?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very nice question to ask me at this point. The position of the SUG President of Federal University of Technology is one I have not stayed long in, barely a month, but I can only say that the experiences so far are worth it. I know I will overcome, but most times I have this challenge of students expect much from you, more than you can do for them. An average Nigerian student believes that the SUG President can solve all the problems they are facing in the school. Some have the notion and they always say that SUG President is stronger than VC. Yeah, I have a chat where a student was telling me that. So now, not being able to fulfill all these needs of them makes them feel like the SUG is less relevant, they don't care about them. Some say we are just a bunch of students who enter office to take money, steal money and get away. So all these things are expected, the criticism and us trying to do what we can do in our own little way. But the experience is worth it. It's teaching a lot and we are learning a lot from it. But the most important thing is that we're still doing the things that are in our own jurisdiction as the union government. Yeah, thank you very much.
That's very wonderful. And it's very important that we have this kind of interview sections so that those ignorant students or the rest of the student body can be aware of the things going on within the student union government.
Yeah, because they really need to understand that it's really not easy being any SUG executive in general. But Mr. President, which part of being the SUG President would you say is the most challenging for you? Because it's really not easy, juggling SUG positions with your academics and personal life. So, what do you find the most challenging about being the SUG President?
Okay, the most challenging thing in being the SUG President is understanding between the SUG and the students, communication of information. Yes, I think the representative part of the SUG is the difficult part of it. Your ability to dialogue with the management and make them understand that students are facing this problem and getting the management to come in. So you see yourself in between. You will see student body saying that you are not doing things, you are not trying anything, and you also in the front of the management soliciting for the interest of these same students who don't even care about what you are doing. So the most challenging part of being an SUG President is the representation and that mutual relationship and communication of information between the union and the students. So that's basically it.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful reply. Okay, so next, I would like to know, have there been any recent improvements on campus that you may like the rest of the students to know about that haven't been publicized to everyone yet?
Okay, definitely there are things going on. Some of them have been published online. I know there are recent developments in the hostels recently. There are some hostels who are facing issues of light, vandalism, because some hostels this period, a group of hoodlums vandalized their wires and they are being cut off from having light. Works have been going, but it's just bad that after doing it, this set of people go back to do it again. But a measure have been have been put in place, and since then we've not had issue of this vandalism repeating itself. Some hostels are getting their sock away, the fumigation, their establishment of a lot of bed stands and beds for students, and even some rooms that have been fumigated more than 3 times, they are still having issues in one way or the other. So the trend now is any complaint from any room, we go directly to the room, fumigate it, change the bed, case the bed bugs or anything is inside there. So that's just basically for it. The Vice Chancellor from our own end is making sure that before April that there will not be any point in Federal University of Technology where there will be a point where there is no light. The solar project is going on and it's going on consistently. Before April it will be done. We have the transformers that were brought into FUTO that was just ending of last week. So all these measures, FUTO will be an environment where students will stay, all the departments, lecture halls, there will be lights 247, and that is just basically few of the things and so many other programs that are coming up which we want the Nigerian students to anticipate for.
Alright. That's actually very nice. Very good to know that the SUG president and other executives actually have the students' interest at heart and actually trying to tackle problems that the students have.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. As the SUG president, is there any events or any project in particular you have in mind to carry out for the students' good? Anything in particular?
Definitely, there are projects in place. So the reason the union have not commenced with some of the programs in place, like some programs have already started. I know the public relations officer have started a podcast section, which I know some memos have been published telling the Nigerian students to anticipate. So the essence of this podcast program is when just something like this, when there are issues facing the school, we can call some school authority, management and some other people and engage them on interviews like this so that the Nigerian students will hear from the persons they are meant to hear from. So this initiative is from the SUG Director of Information, the PRO, which will be coming up very, very soon. We are anticipating it. So the thing there is that there are programs in check, but we are yet to receive the supplementary list of our students, which will be coming out latest this week or by next week, so that when we do things, we carry everybody along. We will not do a set of programs and exempt the ones that are yet to come into the institution. So there are programs in check that will be for the benefit of the students. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. You made mention of the supplementary list and students coming into the university. So concerning that part, how do you think the academic structure is? Like, what is your take on it? How is there any way we can improve the academic structure that we already have? The way we bring in students and the time frame and how the whole process is taken about?
Exactly, considering the fact that these students on the supplementary list haven't yet gotten admission and learning activities are going on, so it's kind of like I don't know if I'll call it an imbalance in the academic calendar.
Okay, if I don't misunderstand the question, I believe that the concept of admission, supplementary and merit list is something that the management can answer to. So, but the fact there is that the management intentionally would not withhold this list. There must be a reason. There must be a reason. So I believe that is not a question I can really answer, because I don't really know all that is at stake to releasing admission and merit lists and stuff like that. So that's just it.
Okay, in the nearby future, do you think it's possible that some of these delay in admission processes will be called? Do you have any idea or anyhow that the thing can be going about?
Okay, as a 100 level student, there was no delay in admission process. Though I got merit list as a student, but the supplementary list, I believe, which comes in batch A, batch B and batch C. So now, if the batch A comes out, just an interval of 1 week to 2 weeks, batch B will come out. The student that usually take time is usually the last batch, which is the batch C. So talking about improvements in the pattern of admission of students, that's something that I don't think there is a delay in the first place. So admissions go on when they are meant to go on. That's it.
Okay. So you are saying that the processes have already, like, is something which is already kept in good balance and is a system that has been put in place. You cannot really influence that.
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So next is concerning our students' welfare. Like, there have been a lot of questions going about the increment in school fees. Yeah. it has brought a lot of concerns and topics. Students are discussing about it, and to the best of my knowledge, they've not been happy about the increment in school fees. I would like to know, like, is there anything you'd like to tell the student about this increment?
Yeah, because the increment in school fees is actually one of the major things that makes students say that the SUG doesn't care about, because you mentioned that earlier, that students say the SUG doesn't care about them, whereas you're trying your best to see that things happen in their own interest. So this matter of school fees is actually one of the major things that students talk about, especially when it comes to the SUG's influence on it.
Okay. That's a very nice question. Very good school of thought that have not been properly addressed. Now, the concept of increment in school fees. First of all, I am also a student who is also paying these school fees. So I don't think there will be any reason why I would wish a school fees to be something that students cannot pay, because I am also paying. And it's not something that I will be a president forever. Maybe some students will say it's because he's the president, he has the money to pay it. No, it is just a one academic section. I will be a 500 level student who will still have to pay the school fees. I came into office, if I'm not mistaken, 15th of January, and the school fees increment memo was effective before we resumed school. And before 15th of January, a good number of students have already paid their school fees. So I met a system where school fees has already been increased and students have paid. So I came in as a president who is meeting a system that has already been established. So going through the process of all this negotiation will always date back to ask your predecessors. There were meetings that were called, that a lot of meetings went on before the increment in school fees. So at the end of the day, I see myself in an imbalanced situation, a situation whereby it seems like the answers to this question can be gotten directly from the predecessor, because even I need answers, because I've been going for deliberations to know why the school fees is liable. It has already been effected and students have already paid before I assumed office, and I'm just barely 2 weeks or 3 weeks in office. So the answers to why the school fees is increased is not something I can answer, and why nothing has been done about it is not that nothing has been done. It's because the measures that have been taken to understand why and to dialogue are mostly not being effective, because it seems like the process went smoothly before I assumed office. So that is just basically what I can say as regards to the school fees increment.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I clearly understand what you mean, because the structure has already been established before you resumed office. Okay, so but still relating back to the students, what advice do you have for those students who are still struggling to pay off the school fees? Because it came as a shock and surprise to them, not planned.
Yeah, okay. Truth be told, the management in one of the dialogue, I was like, the money is outrageous. So the management gave reasons as to why the school fees increment is, and there is an initiative of the NEL fund loan, which we have also published to the students and have told the students countless times to apply for the NEL fund loan. But the students' environment, they are already hostile towards some of these things because of the increment. Some will say, is NEL fund loan a solution when they are telling you that school fees has been increased? So is it only what you can come up with and stuff like that? I, the president, if I can apply for NEL fund, I don't know why a student will refuse to apply for NEL fund loan. This NEL fund loan is an initiative that the government have provided. The reason the government provided this initiative is because they know that there are students who may not be able to pay these school fees. Here in Federal University of Technology, we have students who are training themselves in school. We have students who are from indigent families. Some students are not back to campus because they are there trying to hustle out money to pay off their bills. So I can't be selfish. If I can apply for NEL fund loan, I urge every Nigerian student to do the same. At least in the nearest future, if we are to pay back or when we are to pay back, we must have established to a certain extent to have what it takes to pay off these loans. So I advise Nigerian students to go for NEL fund loan. I have applied for NEL fund loan. So it is like my vice presidents have applied for it. If the ones in the union are applying, so why won't the students apply for it? Go for NEL fund loan. That is my advice to Nigerian students.
Alright, thank you very much for that response. And truly, the NEL fund can actually be very helpful to the students because by the time they need to pay back the loan, they would have already developed themselves, am I right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for your time. I really appreciate you've been able to uncover a lot of things that the students have been wishing to hear for a very long time now. Really appreciate that. So, do you have any final words for the students before?
The final thing I can tell Nigerian students is you voted us in. All we can do is to protect their interests. We are here for Nigerian students and the welfare of Nigerian students is our priority. So I am here for them. Any problem they have, they should relate to me. I am a president for the students. I am also a student. So I will not do anything that will hurt the interest of Nigerian students. That is my last word to them. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Right. So the SUG president has been able to explain to us and uncover some truths to us. Many of the things we've been wishing to hear for a very long time. I would encourage you can take his advice, especially on the part of the NEL fund loan when it comes to payment of your school fees. And if you take up some of these measures, your issues will be resolved in a quicker way. So thank you very much. You will get to see a lot of interviews like this that will uncover a lot of truths that you've been wishing to hear. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.